Hi, my name's Mark and I've written a book and I'm asking for your support here on Kickstarter. The title of my book is What is the Language of Life? The subtitle is Code World, a nonlinear model of the genetic code. Now don't let that title scare you because it's not really as technical as it might sound. In fact, it's almost as simple as learning how to count. Here we have 3 different machines and each one of them is a number line. This one takes the line and breaks it up so that we can move the numbers around in 2 dimensions. This one takes the line and breaks it up so that we can move the parts around as a cube. Now this one is called Code World. This is a nonlinear number line. This takes shapes so that we can count shapes in space. Now anytime we consider a language, we have to try and understand the essence of the information. And that means we have to understand how things are counted within the language. Now human beings like to use lines because they're simple and they become cubes. And a cube can become a line. But a cube also has a problem. It's not entirely symmetrical in space and it's not very efficient. Now if we want to get the full symmetry and the full efficiency out of space, we need one of these. It's called a dodecahedron. And in fact there are 120 cubes inside of every dodecahedron. And there are 240 tetrahedrons inside of every dodecahedron, and that's what Code World is. It's a simple machine that allows us to count cubes and tetrahedrons inside of dodecahedrons. So we have to ask ourselves, what kind of language would life use? Well, life's made out of molecules and atoms. What kind of language do you think they would use to count in space? Well, in fact, they use a dodecahedron. And how can we know this? Well, we can see it with our own 2 eyes. It's as plain as the nose on our face. This is the genetic code, or at least a small part of it. And this is also the most symmetric, the most powerful, the most complex, and the most beautiful thing on Earth. It's also the most powerful processing language in the entire universe. Well, I'm sure you've been taught the genetic code and you've been taught exactly how to not appreciate it because you've been taught wrong. For years, we've been told that this, the double helix of DNA, is the genetic code and it's a linear language. That's just plain wrong. This is not the genetic code and it's not a linear language. We've also been told that this, the codon table, is the genetic code and it's a linear language. And it uses the logic of this simple machine to rearrange itself on a 2-dimensional spreadsheet. Well, this is plain wrong too. This is not the genetic code, it's not linear, and that's not the right machine. This is the right machine. This is Code World with the information of the codon table on it. Now, DNA, that's just information storage. Okay, that's the hard drive. The genetic code, this is the logic and the language of life. This is the processor. Okay? Life is nonlinear. It's stored in nonlinear format. It's processed in nonlinear format. It becomes incredibly nonlinear in life. Thank you for your time, and I sure hope you'll support this project.